Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Anna Manuel. A teacher at the GST BOCES Coopers campus received a sizable award today to help bolster a program that he's passionate about. Our Josh Stuttle was at the special ceremony today and tells us how this award will help benefit students.
Here outside of GST BOCES in Coopers Plains, one teacher was awarded for his dedication and commitment. The Harbor Freight Tools for Schools Award is a scholarship award given to a select few people every year. Principal Devin Davis explains.
Brian applied for a scholarship for his program. He filled out an application and was one of 25 recipients from across the country. This event is happening nationwide, so over the next 2-hour window, all 25 recipients will receive their award, and we're just one of that group, so we're really excited about that.
This year's winning recipient is Brian McDonnell, a collision repair instructor at the GST BOCES Coopers campus. Brian has been teaching the automotive program for 17 years. He's very passionate about his program and grateful for this award.
We teach students the basics from start to finish in the collision repair process. It's detailing, estimating, priming, painting, masking, all the way up through. We're really excited to kind of just keep moving that forward and just producing future technicians.
These awards have a big impact on programs within the community. Josh Stuttle, Big Fox News, Coopers Plains.
Police arrest a man they say abducted 9-year-old Charlotte Senna from a New York campground. They say 46-year-old Craig Ross is now charged with first-degree kidnapping, and he's being held without bail. Hundreds of law enforcement officers have been searching for the missing girl after she disappeared while riding her bike during a camping trip with her family at a New York state park. Police say Ross was in the area when the girl went missing. They say a break in the case came when a ransom note was placed in the girl's family mailbox. Well, police traced a fingerprint on that note to a previous arrest and to a home where Ross and his mother were. Investigators say the girl was found in a cupboard. She was safe and has been reunited with her family. The Chemung County Sheriff's Office is investigating a series of car break-ins throughout the town of Southport. This is home security footage from one of the break-ins. The Sheriff's Office says throughout the month of September, they received 24 separate complaints of stolen items from cars. They ask anyone with information regarding these thefts to give them a call at the number on your screen. The City of Elmira's Animal Shelter is inviting everyone to its Cause for the Paws fundraiser event. On Saturday, October 28th, you can get a $15 spaghetti dinner to help out the shelter. There will also be a 50-50 raffle with prizes. This will take place at the Elmira's Elks Club starting at 5 p.m. Hunter Biden enters a plea in court after a deal with prosecutors collapsed. It is the latest in an ongoing legal battle between the president's son and the feds. Madeline Rivera has more from Wilmington, Delaware.
Months after his plea deal collapsed, Hunter Biden, the son of President Biden, returns to court to face federal charges. Hunter Biden pleading not guilty in federal court on Tuesday to 3 felony counts related to a gun purchase from 2018. He's been charged with lying about his drug use on a form to buy the weapon, lying to an employee at the gun shop, and then illegally possessing the gun. In July, his attorneys indicated he was ready to plead guilty in exchange for a deal that involved probation and participation in a pretrial diversion program. Republicans called it a sweetheart deal, and a judge ultimately rejected the agreement. Special counsel David Weiss says the deal is null and void, though Hunter's attorney believes it's valid.
Once you basically have a deal like this collapse in court and you break off any agreement with the Department of Justice, they tend to go at you full bore.
Some Republicans have accused Weiss of moving slowly on the case, suggesting he's operating with interference from the White House. Attorney General Merrick Garland says that's not the case.
David Weiss is a long-standing career prosecutor, and he was appointed by Mr. Trump as the United States Attorney for the District of Delaware. I promised at my nomination hearing that I would continue him on in that position.
Hunter Biden faces up to 25 years in prison if convicted on all counts, but that's unlikely given no prior felonies. In Wilmington, Delaware, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
It is day 2 of former President Donald Trump's trial in Manhattan court. Mr. Trump arriving in court today to face the court over alleged fraud charges. The civil case was brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James. Now, he is accused of inflating the value of his assets and deceiving banks. The former president saying he plans to testify at some point, but asserts he thinks the case is a sham.
This case is a scam. There can't be fraud when you've told institutions to do their own work. This case is a fraud and it's a scam. Thank you very much.
The civil fraud lawsuit seeks to ban Trump from doing business in New York, along with $250 million in penalties. The Pentagon is confronting China in the Pacific as America's allies coordinate a series of joint military drills. Alex Hogan has more from London.
As military tensions intensify throughout the Pacific, the U.S. is kicking off a series of joint drills in the South China Sea, bringing together regional allies like Australia, Malaysia, and Japan for naval exercises off the Philippine coast, focusing on air defense, naval, and anti-submarine operations. The main goals: improving military cooperation and pushing back against China's claim to contested waters centered around the Spratly Islands.
Want and hope will not facilitate the peace that we desire. We cannot rely on those desires. It takes teamwork and it takes resolve.
These exercises follow similar drills held with South Korea back in August, underscoring a renewed American military commitment to the region. China strongly criticizing those moves and accusing the U.S. of disrupting what had been a peaceful status quo.
The South China Sea was at peace until the U.S. came to disrupt it. We urge the U.S. to stop meddling in the South China Sea and stop undermining peace and stability.
Meanwhile, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are trying a diplomatic approach. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer announcing a bipartisan congressional delegation to China, South Korea, and Japan next week. He says the focus will be on promoting America's economic and national security interests throughout the region.
We will work in the bipartisan fashion to continue to boost our national security and compete and counter the Chinese government's role throughout the world.
The joint drills in the South China Sea are expected to run through October 13th. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Your forecast is coming up next. Plus,
a historic decision could alter the future of the Catholic Church. I'm Jackie Ibanez with a look at the upcoming meeting giving women a voice in the Vatican. That's all straight ahead.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Good evening. As these summer-like conditions continue to push in October, there are some that are enjoying it, but do note that fall will be returning here shortly. But we've made that warming trend out of the weekend and into the work week. We had 81 for a high yesterday. Today we were back into those lower 80s, even climbing towards those mid 80s, nearing some record potential underneath that beautiful sunshine. Now, again, we will see fall return in no time, so we will be talking about it moving out, but we at least have one more day where we are going to talk about near record heat, where Elmira is looking at a record set back in 2017 at 85 degrees, and we'll see that we could have still some lingering warmth through Thursday into Friday, but we are going to watch that a cold front that will increase some cloud cover into our Thursday and then bring some rainy conditions by Friday will kick out that heat, bring in some pleasant weather, more comfortable, I should say, fall weather, and then do note though it is going to keep us on the rainier side. So as we head into our Wednesday, we start off the day with temperatures holding on to those mid 50s. So not only record high temperatures are going to be broken, but there will be some conversation of some record warm low temperatures in place as we'll see some fog development. That's going to definitely signal that we have some moisture that is returning. So not expecting excessive humidity, but note that there will be some better moisture. So that's going to create it to make it feel a little bit warmer. So after some of that morning fog though, that sunshine even this time of the year can allow for those temperatures to climb quickly, as we'll be back into those 70s by the mid-even morning, and then looking at 80s by the early afternoon to top off anywhere from those mid to upper 80s. So crushing records possible across the Northeast. Now, if you are a fan of the summer weather and don't mind being outdoors in the heat, especially with not too much of that humidity, it is a great time to get out and enjoy some of the fall colors. We're seeing that some of the higher elevation spots, even up through Maine, starting to get near peak. Local area low to moderate colors. So hopefully after this rainy period, we'll get some peak color towards the end of the month. So still some time to get out and enjoy these fall colors, especially as it's a little bit more difficult to get outdoors during the week and this time of the year, as we are decreasing some of that daylight that we see. But the daylight's still warm enough to bring us those warm temperatures. So again, mid to upper 80s for tomorrow. Again, another very mild overnight low as we hold on even to those mid 50s to those upper 50s. Some spots, maybe those 60s, definitely leaning towards that potential for record warm low temperatures. To then see that Thursday is going to still be on the warmer side, bringing us to that 15 degrees above normal into those lower 80s at least. But cloud cover will start to increase. That signals the change. We'll also note that with several short waves passing on through, it's going to be a pretty blustery forecast. So on top of the rain, we will be pretty windy, and we'll at least talk about these showery conditions as well as those cooling temperatures to hold on into next week.